and most importantly, all our students. A very good afternoon to all of you. And this is a very special day because after months of ideating, after months of brainstorming, and definitely reflecting, we have come up with a very brilliant, opportunity for all you students. I will not be taking the opportunity of going ahead and talking and revealing anything right now. I would like to basically go ahead and welcome the man, the person who has basically gone ahead and envisioned this beautiful opportunity for all of you. As you all know, students, it's been almost close to 9 months now when we went ahead and gave an opportunity to everybody with SAHAS. We gave you the courage, we gave you the grit, we gave you the glory, and now it's time for all of you to go ahead and take the limelight. So, without waiting for another moment, I would like to go ahead and welcome our chairman, our chief mentor of IIHM Group Institutions, Dr. Bose, to go ahead and unveil this beautiful ceremony. Over to you, sir. Welcome.
A very good afternoon to all of you out there, all the fellow directors and everybody who is here associated with the SAHAS initiative, entrepreneurship initiative of IIHM. And of course, we are very pleased today to unveil and to launch officially the hackathon, which we have named SAHAS, because SAHAS is our entrepreneurship platform. So we name it SAHAS on, just like a hackathon. So it's SAHAS on. So you are on SAHAS, and SAHAS is fully on. And we actually were doing a lot of brainstorming, a lot of discussion, a lot of internal meetings. And I'm very thankful to Atanu Ghosh and City Metro for organizing the technical part of it, for advising and guiding us about our first ever hackathon to be organized by IIHM Pan India, and it's called SAHAS, and it's actually quite interesting because people would be coming up, the students would be encouraged to think about the new ideas, about the new possibilities in the hospitality and the food industry to start with. But then when we call it hospitality, it's not just limited to food or hotel. It is as much as hospitality can be thought about. It can be anything that a student can come up with great ideas, which can be even the next Swiggy of the world, next Zomato of the world. You never know, it can be as big as that. So also, I'm also very happy to mention that we are the first beneficiary from the SAHAS fund. As you all know, that SAHAS is not just an entrepreneurship initiative, it's also have some kind of funding from the IIHM called SAHAS Fund, where we encourage the student to do some kind of basic startup funding, which is like angel funding or the VC funding in terms of soft loans or equity participation. And Nikhil Sethi from Delhi, IIHM Delhi, is the first beneficiary of the SAHAS fund. And his project was so good, and all our reviewers and interviewers in Delhi and in the other parts of India found it to be so good that he is been given a funding of 1.5 lakhs to start his business, and so that he can actually do some real big things in terms of a soft loan. And we are looking at more students of different campus to come up with the ideas and funding which are realistic and which are actually great startup ideas. Through this hackathon also, it's a great opportunity otherwise to come up with great ideas and to apply for the SAHAS initiative pitch. Once you are in that pitch, and then you can talk about the funding as a part of the pitch, and the pitch deck to be made actually, and it will be supported and helped by Atanu Ghosh, Mr. Mitra, and all other faculty of your respective campus. So hackathon is not just about winning prizes, that will be there, of course, the first, second, third prizes, but it's also about actually getting your startup idea getting started in reality with funding. Either we organize it for you or the SAHAS fund contributes the funding for the student with the great ideas, which I think is a fantastic news for all of us in IIHM, all students of third year, and even the students of 2020 batch graduates, and of course, all our faculty members and directors. It's a great kind of innovative spirit that always pushes us to the next level, which IIHM is well known for internationally. So with that, I think it's a great privilege for me. I'm delighted to officially inaugurate and launch the SAHAS on 2021, because it will be in January 22nd, 23rd, 21st, 22nd, 23rd as a reserve day. So it will be SAHAS on 2021, which is launched today officially. And obviously, Mr. Ghosh and other colleagues will tell about the detail, the technical part of it. But we wish everybody who will participating all the very best. We like to have a lot of participation coming in. We want a lot of people to come and participate in this hackathon, which is the first ever hackathon in the hospitality education ecosystem. There are hackathons in the IT sector, but in hospitality sector, hackathons are not very common. I think the first time happening in India in a hospitality education institute, that the students are encouraged to come and participate in the hackathon called SAHAS, and they are actually encouraged to give their pitch. And if the startup pitch is great and good, they can actually be entitled for a funding, just like Nikhil Sethi from Delhi campus, who just got a funding of 1.5 lakhs from IIHM SAHAS fund. So which is a great idea, I think, which is a fantastic idea for all of us. And there we can see Nikhil Sethi on the frame, actually. Nikhil, congratulations. And looking forward for a lot of other students to also come and emulate the Nikhil's entrepreneurial spirit and the fire in the belly, which is basically what we want all students to come and have the hunger to do something of their own, and not just to work as in the industry only. So very happy, very delighted to now inaugurate and launch SAHAS and the hackathon of IIHM 2021. Wish all the very best to everyone. And I think let's start the year with a big bang just before the Youngship Olympiad takes from 1st of February. This would be another great event. So look forward, and I think this is going to be an biannual event for all of us. So we're all looking forward for some great input from our students and faculty. Thank you very much. And over to you, Sanjari.
Thank you so much, sir. That's a great encouragement for all of us who are living your dream. And of course, a self-reliant India, hospitality professionals all across. And, it will be wonderful, sir, if we can actually have Nikhil back here, to talk a little bit about his experience, while he was going ahead with his project and being rewarded this fantastic opportunity. Thank you so much, sir. And now we would like to have Nikhil back on screen for his words of encouragement to all his other peers and students. Over to you, Nikhil.
Very good evening, one and all. I am Nikhil Sethi, and I'm recently graduated from IIHM, and I would first like to express my deepest gratitude to Mr. Dr. Bose, who he encouraged me with so much. He encouraged me a lot, and I couldn't do anything without my seniors and my faculty members, Dr. Bose and Mr. Abdullah, Mr. Sanjeev Buddha, who were always there for me and wanted me to start with my business, and they never let me leave anything behind. They always encouraged me. They never asked me to, stop researching. They also backing up me very pleasantly every time, and I'm so grateful to them. So before I begin my journey, I would like to start that how I got an idea of starting a business. While everyone was at home during the lockdown and the peak of the COVID season, me and my family decided that essential commodities are something which cannot be taken down, and they are always needed by each and every household. So what we decided that we'll start a business and we'll deliver essential commodities to the families at their doorstep with taking care of all the COVID-19 protocols and making sure touchless and contactless deliveries and giving a personal touch to each and every customer, interacting with the customers on our phone. We don't want that in big companies which we see is that they have a customer care facilities and they don't have an interaction with the customer. We make sure that we will interact with customers and make them feel like yes, they are buying, going out and buying. They're not just sitting at home and purchasing on online platforms. So we came up with this idea, and after that, we got this news from college that they are promoting students, and they want that students who are willing to do entrepreneurship, they are most welcome and to pitch their ideas and they will be funded. And I was very excited about this, and I was one of the first students to pitch my idea. It was very tedious to go through all the rounds, but still somehow because of my family member support and the support of the faculty and the college, I was able to go through it, and today I am here, started with my business, and very happy and proud of being the first person to get funded from IIHM College.
Huge congratulations, Nikhil, from all of us at IIHM, from all your mentors, Dr. Bose, and all of us. We are very, very proud of you. And you definitely, have been an example of encouragement, courage, grit, and glory. And I'm sure and I'm certain that, you would be a great example to thousands of students who would be, of course, your peers and definitely your juniors, who would also be there in your stage tomorrow, becoming great entrepreneurs. Thank you so much, Nikhil, and all the very best for your project and for your startup business.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. And now, students, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to basically go ahead and welcome Mr. Atanu Ghosh. I'm certain all of you already know him very well. He has been teaching and giving a lot of lectures on entrepreneurship to all of you, and some amazing work that all of you students have been doing under his leadership of entrepreneurship. To talk a little bit about him, he is an entrepreneur himself, a founder, director, and a CEO, a mentor, an angel investor to startups, and of course, a digital marketing evangelist. So very happy to have you here, back here with us, Mr. Ghosh. And sir, we would like to basically have you here to give us a complete detail on how to go about with the hackathon, with SAHAS on, and of course, laying the rules and guidelines for all our students to achieve. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. And it is my pleasure to talk to the students, and congratulations to IIHM for launching this unique, as Dr. Bose said, is, I think, not just in India, probably the first time in the world, as far as my knowledge goes, that a hackathon has been organized in the hospitality sector. So definitely it's a very, very unique idea, and I'm sure students, all of you, will grab this opportunity, and it's a very good opportunity for you to get the right launch pad for entrepreneurship. It's not easy to get the right launch pad. Let me tell you, I've been through this path, so it's not very easy to get the right launch pad, and I think you have got this through your institute. So I would urge you to make the best use of it and go ahead, go forward, like I think Nikhil has just now demonstrated. So let me go to a little bit of details about while we were brainstorming, and we formulated the kind of guideline, and not say rules, but guidelines, because we as entrepreneurs, we really don't want to get bound by rules as such, but I'll say there's some guidelines which will help you to get to the ultimate objective of this particular SAHAS, which is basically develop something which will create a business, a bigger business in future, and probably give you the initial seed funding that you need to take off. So the starting point for all of you will be to identify a problem. And those of you who have been taking some of you are probably a part of the entrepreneurship course. And I always say that it's like, many times what happens is that we preempt a solution rather than a problem. We think it's a solution. And I'll take example from Nikhil, what he just now said. He talked about, some problem of delivering, products or food or whatever, materials of essentials during COVID time. So that's the problem that he identified. You may sometimes recognize it as a problem explicitly, or sometimes it may be intuitive. And one good thing what, all this last 9 months of pandemic has brought to us is, in a way, it has brought to us many problems. So one way of, again, looking at it as a glass half full or half empty, you may look at it at too many problems at hand, or you may look at it at there are too many solutions to be given. So sometimes without this, you suddenly struggle. What kind of problem? I don't see any problem around. Everything is fine. So where do we get a problem? But I think today, the situation where you can see problems all around, and it's for us to find a solution. So probably if you reflect back, maybe last few months, you will yourself see there are so many problems, especially in the hospitality sector or extended hospitality sector, as Dr. Bose was saying. It's not just food and hospitality, it's beyond that, travel, everything. So you can always see there are problems, and the first thing is to identify the problem. Do not preempt yourself to a solution or an idea that you think you have. I'll give an example. In fact, one of the students in the entrepreneurship course here only, maybe he's here. Okay, so I'm just taking it as an example. If you are listening, that the question was that I have thought of a multi-cuisine restaurant. Now tell me, how do I make something called a minimum viable product? I'll talk about minimum viable product. But question was that I have thought of a multi-cuisine restaurant, and what is a minimum viable product for that? So my counter question to him was, what is the problem you're solving? Multi-cuisine restaurant is a solution to a problem. So a problem might be that, there's a highway from here to Kharagpur, and you don't have a multi-cuisine restaurant. Let's say people usually do go every day to Kharagpur. They start at 8 a.m. in the morning. Those of you who know the topography of, or rather the geography of this region, it takes around 4 hours to reach Kharagpur. Many people go do a daily commute, and they start 8 a.m. in the morning. 9:30, 10 is the time of having breakfast. Or they may start actually earlier, 6 a.m. or something like that. And 8 a.m., 8:30 is the time they want to do a breakfast. And that's the time they're looking for probably a multi-cuisine restaurant. Okay. So that's the problem. So you have to state the problem. And then you say, okay, to solve this problem, what is the solution? I'm thinking of, giving a good breakfast. And then I'm saying that, okay, no, there are a lot of different types of people, and they may like different types of breakfast, and I want to open a multi-cuisine restaurant. So that's how we start. So please identify the problem. I'm sure there are lots of them. It comes to you. It has come to you. If you just reflect and sit back, and you'll find problems which you can, think of solving or providing a solution. So once you've identified, there are at least shortlisted that. It's not always possible that you identify an exact problem. You may think of few fuzzy problems. You may know that, okay, there might be some problems here, but you're not very sure, and there is a second step for that. But once you've identified some degree of problem, what is the next thing, the next activity that you need to do is to find your co-founders. So you have, as I understand, you have around 1 month of time. So probably the finals will happen in around 21st, 22nd, 23rd of January. So you have exactly 1 month of time to do all of these things. So whatever I'm saying, you can kind of note it down and do it in next 1 month. And obviously, we all are there to handhold you as you go through this path. So find your co-founders. It's very, very important. How do you find your co-founders? Now, remember that co-founders are not necessarily your best friends. Okay, you may be very good friends with somebody, but that doesn't mean that there will be a co-founder. Co-founder is somebody who complements your skill. For example, you may be a very good chef, and you know that, let's say you have identified a problem of, let's say, vegan food. Okay, I take this example also very often, that there are increasing demand of vegan food, and there is probably no restaurant or nobody who is supplying quality vegan food in Kolkata, as far as I know. So you may see that's the problem, and you are a very good chef as far as vegan food is concerned, but probably you need a website to sell the product. So you need somebody who is good at making a website. Now you can hire somebody, but that will cost you money. So initially, when you start off as a startup, you don't have much money till you show a working prototype or a minimum viable product for which the initial seed fund will come. But so initially you have to fund yourself. So you have to find out people who have those skills. So you find out a co-founder who has that. Somebody may be good at sales because you have to sell your product. Okay, so you need to figure out people who are complementing your skills. They are not necessarily your friends. Your friends are there, but these are another set of people who are complementing your skills. So that's the next step. Okay, so once you have found out the problem, once you have found out your founding team, next step is to sit down and work out a solution. Okay, and there are various methods. Some of you have heard about something called a lean canvas, something called an unfair advantage. Is very, very important that when you design a solution, you need to think what is it that you have to provide the solution which others may not have. Okay, for example, if I'm doing vegan food, I may have access to organic farms, which maybe my uncle has an organic farm and I have access to that, and probably that will give me an advantage over others in making vegan food. So you need to figure out that do you have any unfair advantage? Now, there's nothing unfair about an unfair advantage. Unfair advantage, the term is used to indicate that you have something unique, some capability. Okay, maybe your friend is a very good web designer, which others don't have. So you need to figure out something which you might have, which may put you as an advantage. Okay. Now, once you do all of those things, the next step is to work towards what is called a minimum viable product. Minimum viable product is the product that you can take out in the shortest possible time, and that can be tested by a customer. It does not need to be the best product. It doesn't need to be the perfect product. So many people think that, okay, if I don't do this, it will not sell. What will people think? It is such a rough product. Okay, nothing like that. The minimum viable product can be a very, very basic thing. And I very often give the example of Oyo rooms. I'm sure all of you have heard about Oyo rooms, and before that, of course, Airbnb. And if you look at their initial website was nothing compared to what they're having now. The initial website did not even have, let's say, a payment gateway, something which you'd probably think is obvious. Because the problem that they were solving, Airbnb was solving, was accommodation, cheap accommodation, affordable accommodation, and the discovery of the affordable accommodation, not the payment. So they did just that, and that was their minimum viable product. If you're looking at a vegan food, probably you just make the food, maybe make some basic packaging, and that's your minimum viable product. Even if you're not able to do it, probably let's say it's a website or something called a wireframe diagram, just a diagram of how the website will look like. That also is a minimum viable product. So you have to figure out what is the minimum thing that you can deliver within this short time frame of 1 month. 1 month is a time box. Okay, so you cannot extend that time frame. So within that 1 month, you have to come out with something which is physical, which the investors, potential investors, who is going to actually bet on your product, they can actually see. Okay, not a business plan. Business plan will come, but that will come later. But important thing is that the physical product that you make. So you have to figure out how do you make that minimum viable product. Once you do that, once you make the minimum viable product, you have to put it to your real customers, so who are actually going to use that product, and see what is the feedback of the real customer. Now, when you ask the feedback of the real customer, do not ask only, because many times as a customer, I may not be able to articulate, may not be able to say the problem that I am facing for various reasons. You are my very good friend, so I don't want to say that your food is absolutely useless, okay, because you'll feel bad. So I say, okay, yeah, very good. But I know I'm not going to buy it again. It may be because I'm not able to express. Let's say many times what happens is that if you give a website, to, let's say, a child or an app to a child, you will see the child is struggling with something, but he or she is not able to tell you what he or she is struggling with. But from the behavior, you can make out he or she is not able to find some button. So you have to observe. The most important, this is called customer validation. The most important thing in customer validation is you have to observe the customer rather than ask the customer. And don't don't preempt or help. Okay, do you like my food? If you ask this kind of question, what do you expect the answer to be? You don't expect the answer to be, no, I don't like your food. Some may, but they are very rude people. You will consider them to be very rude. If you ask a question, do you like my food? You will say, yes, I like your food. Okay, so you observe, you find out how much has he eaten everything. If he has not eaten everything, he has left something. Okay, either he's not hungry or he didn't like your food. Obviously, even if it doesn't say, if he has not eaten everything what is food, he didn't like your food. So you have to observe. Okay, so that's the customer validation, and that gives you the feedback about what your product, how good your product is, whether it is useful for the problem that you are trying to solve. Okay, many times you think that this will solve your problem or solve the customer's problem, but actually it's not solving the problem. Okay, so that's the next step that you need to do. Finally, once you have done all this, you have to prepare a very basic business plan. I don't even call it a business plan. At this point of time, probably you don't even need to have a proper 3-year business plan or something like that, profit and loss statement, etc. Because you really don't know where at this point of time, nobody knows, not just you, nobody knows to what extent it will grow. Okay, so but what you need to provide is what is called the revenue elements and your cost elements. That means from where you're planning to earn money and from and what are your costs. So you just need to tell that this is how you are going to earn money and this is going to be your cost. And that's the very basic revenue and cost stream analysis that you need to provide to your investors. So this is the entire thing that you need to do, and this is when you come on 21st, 22nd, 23rd, this is probably what the expectation is from the potential investors. So when they see the product, when they see the plan, when you give that pitch, and another very important thing is your what is called an elevator pitch. That means you should be able to articulate the problem that you're solving and your solution very crisply within, let's say, 2-3 minutes. Okay, because if you're not able to do that, that means you are not clear about either the problem or the solution or both. So if you're clear about the problem and the solution, you should be able to do it in that short period of time. So get ready with your elevator pitch, because that's what the investors will look like. Okay, so this is the overall roadmap. And as I think Dr. Bose has said, that we are here, I think in each of your campus, there are campus mentors also to handhold. However, I think one important difference that I must mention to you, that entrepreneurs by nature needs to be self-driven. Okay, so there is no assignment like, okay, by Monday I have to finish. You have to finish this. So you have to set your own target. You have to set your own milestones. Okay, we will expect you to come to us and say that this is where we are getting stuck. Okay, and what can we do to solve it? Not that we will go and ask that, okay, Monday you are supposed to give this. Have you completed this? Because if you have to do that, then the fundamental behavior, entrepreneurial spirit is broken. Because as an entrepreneur, you have to be self-motivated, self-driven. Okay, so this is the overall path that you need to kind of follow or get encouraged. It doesn't mean that you can't do something different from that, of course, as I said, but this is the end objective that you should work at for this 1 month period. Okay, and we are all here to guide you, mentor you wherever you require help. So with that, I'll close the brief guideline that I had to say. That's all from my side, unless there is any specific questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ghosh. Sir, I think that was a very, very crisp detailing that you've in fact given, and good insight into how they have to go ahead and progress. I would also like to add in, on behalf of Mr. Ghosh, that students, all of you, would be in fact mentored, just like Sir said, by all your campuses, your campus directors, your SAHAS managers, all your faculty members would be in fact setting up the guidelines for you. We are, of course, in the process of even putting across a guideline script script for all of you, which would be very shortly given and shared with all of you to understand how the structure looks at. And we will also be giving you the details as to how you can go ahead and participate, the platform, where exactly would you be coming and participating, everything would be told to you. So do not worry at all. You just have to basically have the spirit on. You just have to have that ideating spirit, and definitely the courage to go ahead and start this up, just like Mr. Ghosh and Dr. Bose has so beautifully told and guided all of you about. So thank you so much, sir. And indeed, we are looking forward to the structure and definitely, guiding all our students on this wonderful and the very first of its kind in India, the Hospitality Hackathon for everyone. And now I would like to basically go ahead and welcome all my campus directors, of the other cities. I can first see Abdullah on my screen. Abdullah Ahmed, of course, my director from Delhi campus, who's here to definitely wish everybody. And also, Abdullah, in case anybody from your team would like to basically come and say hi, it will be wonderful. Over to you, Abdullah.
No, thank you. I think to all the students, guys, this could be your journey to become the next billionaire of tomorrow. So dream big, join hands together and start thinking. I think Dr. Bose and Mr. Atanu Ghosh rightly said, possibly we're the first hospitality college in the world to bring you hackathon, to bring you an opportunity where you could dream big and set up your own businesses. It's an opportunity. As I said, hospitality is just not about education. It's about exposure. It's about the practicality. And here we bring you investors. We bring you people who are going to check your project and then they will fund it as well. So I think whenever you go and start in the entrepreneur journey, the biggest and the most difficult part is getting funding, and I think that's where we are connecting you to. And as we've just shared about Nikhil Sethi from Delhi, who's got this opportunity and he started his own business. I was having a chat with him and he's doing about 25 orders a day. He's opened up a Veggies Bazaar, which is kind of a home delivery app where he's delivering food to people in Greater Kailash area and around within 3 kilometers, and he's expanding, and I think he's about 25 orders per day he's getting, which is not bad as a startup. He's just started last week and he's doing pretty well. So I think it's for all those of you who dream big, all those of you who want to make it big, who want to be a billionaire, who want to drive a Mercedes-Benz or Rolls-Royce Phantom. This is your opportunity to create a brand called you. So that's all from my end. Thank you. All the best. Dream big, guys, and we're going to connect again. But in January, when we log back, post the Christmas break in our respective campuses across, we will be having discussions on hackathon and we'll be taking it forward. So use this time to dream, use this time to think. As Mr. Atanu Ghosh said, that the first is you need to identify a problem and then identify a solution and create a project based on that. Over to you, Sanchari, and all the best, guys. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, Abdullah. That was fantastic. And I would like to move into my campus now, where I would like to invite in Ms. Dakshina Ghosh and Ms. Punima, who of course are taking care of SAHAS together with me. I would love to basically hear from them.
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, Dr. Bose, all the directors and campus SAHAS managers and students. First of all, Nikhil, congratulations, because you are the right amount of push that is required to all the students. And had I been a student at this point with IIHM, I would have pounced on this opportunity with my 2 eyes closed. So all the best. Please make use of this. I'm here at the Bangalore campus if you need me for anything. And thank you, Mr. Ghosh, also. That's it from my end.
Thank you, Punima. Thank you so much. If I may also have Dakshina here for some words. Okay, I would like to now move into the Calcutta campus. Unfortunately, Ma'am Bose is a little busy. She's actually traveling on some work, but then definitely she has shared a lot of good wish for all students, and she is extremely happy that this launch is happening today. On behalf of her, I would like to basically invite in Ananya from the Calcutta campus to say a few words to all students. Over to you, Ananya.
Thank you so much, Sanchari. Good afternoon, Dr. Bose, campus directors, my dear colleagues, and my favorite students. Yes, this is indeed a very, very exciting initiative which IIHM has once again taken on your behalf, where, like Sanchari ma'am said, that funding is one of the major concerns for all our, we can dream, but we don't know how to make that dream into a reality because our greatest constraint is the funding part. So for that, we bring here Hackathon. IIHM is launching this for your benefit, where you get a chance to pitch your ideas and impress the investors. And I would also extend my warm thanks to Mr. Atanu Ghosh and CD Mitra, because I have been attending each and every one of their classes personally, and believe me, it was indeed such a pleasure to learn the different concepts from him. And I think the roadmap that he has shown today, he has absolutely got it covered in his classes. So students won't be facing any problem to showcase their projects. So once again, all the best to the students of IIHM. May the best students win, and may we get a lot of Nikhils in future.
Absolutely, Ananya. Thank you so much for those fantastic, encouraging words for all students. I would like to now move to the Pune campus, and I can get to see my colleague, Mr. Rupinder Khurana, and it will be wonderful to hear some words from him, and also if Sangeeta is around.
Hello, good evening, and a real good opportunity for us students to go into something like this, which is rarely an hospitality institution offers a student an opportunity to go in for a competition which is very unique, never before attempted, and something which I feel that each one of them will learn how to compete within a set parameter, the timing, the resources, getting things done within that set period of time is going to be challenging, yes, but then I think at the end of it, I feel all of you will benefit tremendously, and I'm sure you're going to remember that particular competition for the rest of your life, because it's going to be changing each one of your perspective tremendously, and it will help you a lot in your future endeavors when you will get into the industry, or you will take up your own entrepreneurship, whatever you would do, you would like to get into. I'm sure you will remember this, and you'll definitely benefit immensely from it. So all the best to all those participants who will go forward with this competition, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khurana, and it will be lovely to have even Sangeeta around for some words in case if she's here.
I do not know if she's logged in, so I'll just check.
Yes. In the meantime, I will be moving into the next campus, and I can see Sameer smiling there on screen. Sameer, over to you.
Sanchari ma'am, she's not logged in.
Never mind, Mr. Khurana, but then I'm sure the best wishes are coming from you and your campus to all students here. And I'm moving over to Goa campus now with my director there, Mr. Sameer Mehta. Over to you, Sameer. Sameer, you have been unmuted. Are you able to?
Ma'am, there is Sameer Man, not Sameer.
Oh, Sameer Mehta, Goa director. If you can please see.
There. I can't see him.
No, ma'am.
I'm actually.
No, Sameer is in there. I can't see Sameer Mehta.
Yes, it's a director has S. Okay.
Yes,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
there.
yeah.
He's there.
He's
I can
there.
just see him.
Yeah, sir, is unmute.
Yeah, Sameer, are you able to unmute yourself? Yes. Okay.
Goa director, yes.
I think there is some technical issue. I will come back to you, Sameer. In the meantime, Preetham, if you can just fix this up with Sameer, sir. I'll move on to the next director from Jaipur, Ms. Reena Chaturvedi, if she's around. Reena, ma'am, would like to have some words of glory from you.
So very good evening, everyone. I'm so sorry. My video we have a little outage in the internet here. So my video is not, it's either me watching the event or having my video on. It's lovely to have Atanu sir and Dr. Bose launching SAHAS on, a wonderful opportunity for the students to learn and show their talents, showcase their talents, and become good entrepreneurs. That's what we want them to be. I really look forward to having some wonderful stuff coming out of Jaipur campus. And yes, we are here to help you, to guide you through the entire procedure. We have a wonderful team. We have Abhishek Das and Ms. Nima Sherpa who are here and who will take over now and say a big hi. So, and again, may the best one win.
Thank you so much, Reena
Abhishek,
ma'am.
would you like to take over?
Yes, I can have Abhishek.
I don't think even they are having a little problem with the internet. Maybe you should continue with the next one.
Yes,
Sanchari.
definitely. Thank you so much, Reena ma'am, for your encouraging words. And I would like to move into my next director from Ahmedabad campus, Ms. Shabnam Haldar. Over to you, Shabnam, for your words.
Okay, so thank you, ma'am. Thank you, tech team. I think in all my sessions, I always talk to the students. And again, I have got a panel of students out here. So firstly, very, very good evening. I hope you all have a great, great, great day. And am I audible?
Yes, you are. You are, Shabnam.
Okay, got stuck. Okay, and my dear directors, all my seniors, good evening to all of you. Now, I always talk in all my sessions that IIHM have always been the trendsetters for the industry, the future gen. So we show the way and then the industry starts doing it, implementing it. There has been a lot of times that we also did not know that it's possible, but we did it. And then people said, oh, really? It can be done in this way as well. So we have always been the trendsetters. And once again, I think I like the word Ms. Ghosh used when she started from Kolkata. Once again, yes, once again, IIHM have again come forward and, trying to make the future generation realize that they need to create a brand of you, as Mr. Ahmed said. So I collected the points what everyone was saying, and combinedly, create your own you. And I think this is the best platform which has been given out, laid out. This brand has always done for the students, the future generations, to come up and portray themselves, project themselves. And we're always there by the process, by the system. So I think wish all of you the best, and the entire Ahmedabad team is going to work behind the students out here and pan-India to create a project work. And as Reena ma'am said, let the best win. All the best to everybody and all the best to us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shabnam. In fact, it is so encouraging for us as well, because I think just like Dr. Bose said, just like Mr. Ghosh said, it's a first of its kind. And we are equally excited because for us also, this is going to be a great learning opportunity along with our students. Thank you very much, Shabnam.
We will always set it first. So we'll do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we shall. Thank you so much, Shabnam. And now I would like to move into my twin campus, of course, Hyderabad. Hyderabad director, Mr. Ernest, of course, is traveling currently on work. So he is logged in, but then I think there would be some network glitch. But then we do have his team members here. I can see Ravi and TG, who's here. I would like to invite them. Okay, I have Ernest already. Ernest, thank you so much for joining in, and we would love to hear from you to all our students.
Thank you so much, Sanchari ma'am, and good evening, Dr. Bose, and all the directors and all the faculties and SAHAS managers and Mr. Ghosh and all the students. And Mr. Ghosh, thank you so much for your lovely brief about the SAHAS on, and huge congratulations to Nikhil for taking step ahead from Delhi campus and for being a role model for other students. And definitely this is a great opportunity, as Rupinder sir mentioned, and so very rarely you will see these kind of opportunities in any colleges, and that to hospitality colleges. So please This is the platform for every one of you. Please come and perform, and you will get the right chance, and you will able to do a lot in your life. And this is a huge platform has been set for you. I encourage all the students, and we are there to guide you and help you. Please come forward with your plans and your everything, and we are there to guide you. So wishing you all the best, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you, Sanjari ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ernest. And that was, I think, really great. With all of us being here, speaking to our students, and I'm sure students are really getting excited. And I'm very, very sure that they're already having their ideas in place, just like we are talking about it. And now I would like to basically go ahead again with Goa Campus. I can see Samir on screen. Samir, if you're able to unmute yourself, I really hope there is no further technical glitch. Samir, are you here with us? I trust not. I guess there is still a technical issue which is happening. So, of course, we understand, and I'm sure that Samir would have also given a lot of encouragement to all our students here. And students, you need to basically understand that from all of us, and definitely from Dr. Bose's end, Mr. Ghosh's end, we really are looking forward to some great projects, which would be in fact unveiled by you in the next couple of weeks, and we cannot really wait. So on that note, I would like to basically re-invite Dr. Bose back again on screen for his words to all our students as we go ahead and launch greatly SAHAS. Sir, are you here? Yes.
Yes. Thanks very much, Sanchari, and that was very encouraging. I think thanks Atanu Ghosh for a very detailed explanation, and which is very well articulated. And I wish everybody great anniversary, the first edition of SAHAS, which is the first ever hackathon in a hospitality college in India and possibly in the world. And so all the best to everyone, all the best to all of us, to all the directors and all the SAHAS managers, and most importantly, all the best to all of our students, because today in this little difficult, challenging time, we need a lot of SAHAS. SAHAS means courage, and courage is what will put us onto the right track. So I wish all of you a great SAHAS on hackathon in the month of January, and go for ideas, think for the weirdest of idea, think for the idea which nobody have thought before, think about an idea that people will say you are crazy, and that's what possibly will be the most successful idea. So don't go for something which has already been there. Don't try to imitate the market place which is already existing, because they are not going to work possibly as much as something original. And as Atunu said, try to locate a problem area first a problem area, and then a solution point, and you are there. So thanks very much everyone for joining us in this inauguration of the first ever IIHM hackathon called SAHAS, and all the very best. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you, and hopefully 2021 will be a much better year. Thanks very much. Signing off from Kolkata. Thanks, Sanchari.
Thank you so much, sir. Here's to everybody's brilliance. And just like Dr. Bose said, I think nothing can come better than anybody else rather than sir himself. He being one of the greatest entrepreneurs, I think, of this decade, of too many decades, and of so many, such kind of, experiences with him. He can always be the greatest mentor to all of us here. And SAHAS is open now. SAHAS is already on. So let's be on, and let's basically go ahead and gear up for a brilliant year ahead with great ideas. So here's Sanchari Chaudhary again from the Bangalore Career Studio, logging off and definitely wishing all of you on Christmas and definitely a great year ahead. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Ghosh, all my directors here, and definitely our great students. All the very